Assalamu alaikum, doctor. I'm Abdullah Nafis. My metric number is 820 EC4060. Labib.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Labib. My metric number is 820 EC407.
So, doctor, for lab 2, I'm sharing my screen, doctor. So, yes, here is our lab 2, doctor. So, for question 1, we have to draw a process tree. So, here is our process tree. So, for explanation, at first, PID1 is equal to fork. So, that means from the parent ID, here it is the parent and the process ID of it is 21. So, it will create another process. That means it will create process 21. 22, sorry, it will create process 22, and in process 22, since it is the child process, so the PID1 will be 0, and in the parent process the PID1 will be 22, the value of this process ID. And then next, if PID1 is equal to 0, so PID1 is equal to 0 is in process ID 22. Here PID1 is equal to 0, so now the function will work here, the code will work here. So it printf I love. So I love will printed here in process number 22. Next, else, that means PID1 is not equal to 0. So PID1 is not equal to 0 is in process number 21. So now we are working in process number 21. Here printf operating system. So we are printing operating system, and then PID2 is equal to fork. So it will create another process PID2, and yeah, here it is created another process, and the process number is process 23. So in process 23, it will copy all the thing from its parent. So here PID1 is equal to 22, here it is copied, and the operating system, it will be also copied. But since the PID2 is forked, so the PID2, the value of PID2 will be 0 here in the child, and the value of PID2 is 23. I mean this value, the value of process ID that is created from this PID2, the 23. For the next line, if PID2 is equal to 0, so PID2 is equal to 0 is here. Here PID2 is not equal to 0, only in process 23 PID2 is equal to 0. So we are working in process number 23. Here printf class, so it will print class. Next, we are going to next function else. That means it will work PID2 is not equal to 0. We are at until now we are working PID2 is equal to 0, but now else, that means we are working PID2 is not equal to 0. That means in this function process number 21. So printf difficult, it will print difficult, and then next PID3 equal to fork. That means PID3 will be forked, and it will create another process, and the process number is 24. So as like the previous ones, the PID3 of the parent ID will be 24, the child class, the process ID of child class, and then the PID3 is equal to 0 here, the process child process. Since it is the child process, so the PID3 will be 0 here. Next, printf but interesting, and it will print but interesting in the both process, because it will execute 2 at the same time now. Next, the code is finished, so we can see the output here. If we run the Unix and if we compile and debug, and then this output will be shown. The operating system I love difficult but interesting plus, yeah, just like this. So that is the explanation for question 1. And for question 2, I am requesting Labib Hassan to explain.
So yes, I'm going to explain the question 2. So as you can see in the question 1, it is written that the process origin will be printed output as the following, as you can see. So and in question 2, the process code 1 will print the output, you can see the output, and in process 4 the following will be also be printed. Can I show the code? Yeah. So first of all, you can see that PID 0, which is the initial the parent process. So from that there will be 4 clones, which is PID1, PID2, PID3, and PID4. So from the original process PID0, we can see there will be 2 clones created, which is PID1 and PID3. and from that, yes, we just created the PID 1 and PID 3. So as you can see in the get PID is equal to PID 0. So there the following steps will be the printed in the function. Um, yeah.
Yeah, it is
So
printed in the original process here. Yeah, it will be
no,
printed in the original process. I mean, since get PID is equal to 0 because current PID is in the original process, so it will be printed in the original process.
so in the next following, PID 1 is equal to 0 and PID 3 is not equal to 0, then the PID 2, yeah, then PID 2 will be created. PID 2 will be created, and the clone 2 will be created here, and the following process will be printed there. The version that I'm absolute version, the recent version 1.
This obsolete version, it will be printed in clone 1 because PID 1 is equal to 0 and PID 3 is not equal to 0. It means we are in clone 1 right now because in clone 1, the value of PID 1 and
Clone 1.
PID 3.
Yes. Same as that, we can see that PID 3 is equal to 0 and PID 1 is not equal to 0, then PID 4 will be created there. So if PID, yeah, clone 4 will be created there. So if PID 4 is equal to 0, then the process will be printed here in clone 3.
Yeah,
Can you
it
show
will be
that?
printed in clone 4 because
In
PID 4
clone
is
4.
equal to 4. It is in clone 4.
It will be printed in clone 4. So I think that's it.
Okay, thank you, Labib. And therefore, yeah, that's all for explanation. If we run this code, then yeah, process original will be shown, will be print out this, and process clone 1. This process will create clone 2 and also print out this, and clone 4, it will be created from clone 3, and the clone 4 will print out this. I'm sophisticated one. Yeah. And thank you, doctor. That's all for